Will you be ready for the regular season?
Mentally, absolutely.
Will you physically be ready for the regular season?
That's one day at a time for me right now. That's my goal, and to be honest, my goal is to be back before that first game. Try to get a couple preseason games in.
You've never been a guy who used excuses or complained at all about any discomfort last year, but as you look back, did what needed surgery hinder you at all? Much of last year, part of last year?
I don't know. I went out there and I played, and that's the end of the story right there. So if it wasn't good enough or wasn't adequate, then that's on me. And I'm trying to be better than that this year.
Where had you felt at all not yourself, though, with this? Was it movement, side to side? I mean, where was it a bit of a hindrance?
Just the mindset that was there. Trying to erase that off my mind. But when the war is on, you don't really feel too much. Your endorphins kicking, you don't really feel too much. But then you make a slight move, or you try to explode, and you feel something, and you're just not encouraging.
I know you don't, like someone said to you a minute ago, you don't make excuses, but all five of you guys who started the last game last year were hurt. I mean, all five of you. If it was regular season, probably none of you might have been out there. Do you guys look at that and say that if you guys get lucky on the health front this year, the East could be there for the taking for you guys?
Definitely. Everybody plays through injuries. Everybody plays hurt. Philly got us last year. Now that's the end of the story. But that right there is the reason why we're all back together, and the same reason they brought us back the year before is to improve and to not be satisfied with where we went. I think anything that first round exit made us more hungry. We want more now.
Teams don't get a chance usually to basically bring back the entire team from one year to the next. It doesn't even Golden State. They make little tweaks. It just doesn't happen. To bring back the whole group. What kind of an advantage can that be for you guys? You sort of get to pick up where you left off.
Just absolutely the locker room standpoint. You know how to get a guy to his best of abilities, and you also know how to talk to guys when they're at their worst.
James, what have doctors told you about when contact work you think can start for you? Are we a week away, 2 weeks?
I wish I knew the answer to that. For me, it's today. But like I said, I can't veer off from this path that they got us on, and I just gotta stay humbled and stay patient.
Do you know what they're looking for with regard to what they need to see before you start contact? Is it just a date, or they need to see something physically from you?
Nah, I'm sure it's physical. I'm sure they definitely have to see something physical part of it, but it's hard for them. It's definitely hard, and it's going to be hard not to do every drill with all of my soldiers and all these guys that are preparing for war each day. This day came too fast.
When did the symptoms first happen with the sports hernia? When did you first experience this?
The Cleveland game. I think it was the last Cleveland game in Cleveland.
What month was that? Was that March?
I think March.
Yeah. So that's when it first hurt. That's when I definitely went back to the locker room during that game, and I had to put on some different tights to try to compress that area. And, I thought it was just like a strain or something. I didn't even know what to call that. At first, it wasn't even that terrible, but as the season went on, a little bit of my ability started to go with it, I guess.
Had you known you'd need surgery until after the season?
Nah. All I knew was that I didn't want to take a chance where I was going to have to. They was going to tell me that I couldn't play the rest of the season, so I spoke minimum about that.
JJ, obviously, when you're good to go, we know you're good to play, but there's so many guys on this team who are capable of being in an NBA rotation. You get the sense going into camp that you guys know what the roles and what minutes are going to be, or is it just a process that needs to play out?
Definitely a process. There's no minutes that you're guaranteed on this team. Sorry. Your minutes, your time on the court, any of that. That's not etched in stone. You work hard every day, you practice every day, and you earn what you get every day around it.
I mean, obviously, a couple of years ago, you started slow, and then you came around and had a wonderful year. Do you think Spo's reputation, does it change the tenor of training camp at all when he's a coach that will let a couple bad weeks go, and if you show him, he'll jump in the rotation?
Right, I think that's the I think that's the best situation for any player. You know, you don't want to go into camp where you make one or two mistakes in a game and all of a sudden you're not allowed to do it or you can't do that, because then it hinders your game, it hinders your team, because back of your head you know you can do that, but in the front run you know that they don't want that. You know, so it's just being confident in yourself and, like I said, giving it up every day in practice.